Jacket pattern is just a modification of the bodice block. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to modify and transform your bodice block pattern into a beautiful notched lapel jacket. So in this rectangular box, I'm going to draft a bodice block that I'm later going to transform into a beautiful notched lapel jacket. So at the top here and the sides, I've left a few inches for the modification. This is going to be for the collar. This is where we're going to add the collar, and this side we're going to add the lapel to our bodice block and transform it into a jacket. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark my neck with measurements by placing the measuring tape around my neck, then divide by 4. So my neck with measurement is 3.5. I'll mark it right here on my shoulder line. The next, I'll determine how deep I want my neckline to be. So I want mine to be 4 inches. I'll mark it right here. If you want it 5 inches, you can go down by 5 inches. Then next, I'm going to shape my neckline by connecting my neck width to my neck depth, like so. Then next, I'm going to find my shoulder to shoulder measurements, divide by 2. So I'll place the measuring tape from one tip of the shoulder to the other, then divide by 2. Then I'll mark it right here. So mine was 8 inches. Then I'm going to slant it by going downwards by 1 inch and make a shoulder slope because our shoulders are slopey. Then next, I'm going to connect to my neck width. Then next, I'm going to find my armhole measurements by placing the measuring tape around my armhole, then divide by 2. So I'm going to mark my measurements right here. So I'm going to connect with a vertical line down. Next, I'm just going to extend this line outwards. Then I'll find the midpoint of my armhole. Then on the midpoint, I'm going to go inwards by 1/2 inch, and this is going to help me to shape my front and back armhole. The next, I'm going to connect my shoulder tip to the 1/2 inwards and shape my armhole. If you love this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. The next, I'm going to find my shoulder to bust measurement, which is 10 inches. Take the measuring tape from your shoulder to your bust. I'll draw a horizontal line. Then next, I'm going to just label it with the letter B. Then I'll find my shoulder to waist measurements by placing the measuring tape from the tip of my shoulder down to my waist. Then I'm going to draw a horizontal line. So I'll label this with the letter W. Then next, I'll find my shoulder to hip measurements, placing the measuring tape from the tip of the shoulder down to my hip, which is 24 inches. I'm going to draw a horizontal line and label this as my hip line and that as my waist. Then next, I'm going to find the circumference of my waist, divide by 4. The circumference of my bust, divide by 4. The circumference of my hip, divide by 4. Then I'm later going to connect the points. Okay, so next I'm going to transform this bodice block and make the lapel notch collar. I'm going to go on my waistline and move upwards by 1 inch, and this is the break point that I'm making, by 1.5 inch, sorry. So this is the break point and button stand. Then I'm going to go outwards by 1.5 inch as well and connect. So this is my button stand. This is where I'm going to be putting the buttons. Then next, I'm going to go on my neck depth. So I'll just label this as my button stand. Then next, I'm going to go on my neck width, the neck depth, sorry, and come out by 4 inches. Then I'll connect these points to my button stand. So next we are now going to transform the collar part. So to make the collar, I'm going to get the measurement of my back neckline for the bodice. So if you don't have the back neckline for the bodice, this is the front neckline. I'm just going to make the back neckline for you. So I'm just going to go downwards by 1.5 inches to make the back neckline for the bodice and connect this to the neck width. So this is the back neckline measurements that we're going to use for our collar. So I'm going to get the measurement of the back neckline by placing the measuring tape. As you can see, the way I've positioned my measuring tape. So my measurement there is 4 inches. I'm going to get that 4 inches and mark it up here. So I'm going to go up by 4 inches. I'm not going to go straight. I'm going to slant it a bit. As you can see, I'll place the measuring tape in a rather slanty way. Then I'm going to connect like I am doing. Then next I'm going to, so let me just erase the back bodice because we don't need it anymore. Then next I'm going to determine how wide I want my collar to be, but before I do that, let's make the go inwards here by 2 inches to make the notch. So I'm going to go inwards by 2 inches. Then I'm going to go upwards in a slanted manner by 1 inch. So I'm just going to go up in a slanted manner, as you can see, to make the notch by 1 inch. Then I'll connect by 1.5 inches, sorry, not 1 inch, 1.5. So this is the notch. So I'm just going to connect and make my notch. The next I'll determine how wide I want my collar to be. So I'm just going to make it 4 inches from here to there. I'll go outwards by 4 inches in a rather slanted way, not straight. So I'm just going to slant it a bit. Then I'm going to connect. And then I'll connect that to my notch. Very easy, guys. So this is how you easily make your notched collar lapel jacket. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Bye.